Okay, so I am at my house right at the moment, because it's Thanksgiving, so I'm back in the nice warm southeast where it is currently 40 degrees warmer than it is in Minnesota where I usually am. So it's definitely nice not to be wearing a coat. Anyway, so I believe I am chapters 10, 11, and 12, and just to clarify some things, my Immortal was definitely written by a troll. There is no doubt in my mind about that. Also, I can't believe Tamor had never heard of this before. That just saddens me. Okay, so I'll do my best not to laugh, but no guarantees. Chapter 10. Author's note. Stop it, you gay fags. If you do not like my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all, and she and Vampire are evil. That's why they moved houses, okay? I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diablo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it, and Hagrid. Only today Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that, or a stake. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you fucking poser muggle bitch, see is that out of character? I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour, then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't 'cause he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. Chapter 11. Author's note. I said stop flaming, ya preps. See, if this chapter is stupid, 1111, it deals with really serious issues. Especially for yourself if it's stupid. Bird W. Fangs to my friend Raven for helping me. No! I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her fuck off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Ew, you fucking pervs! Stop looking at me naked! Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Mason on it. Suddenly Vampire ran in. Abracadabra! He shouted at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming and the camera broke. Suddenly Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wad, and suddenly... Ellipsis. Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, everyone, we need to talk. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. I may be a Hogwarts student. Hagrid paused angrily. But I am also a Satanist. This cannot be. Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint. More than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood, because I felt faint. Because, Hargreaves said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air, then swooped he in singing to the tune of the Gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're Gothic? Snap asked in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her! Chapter 12. Stop lying, okay? Hargreaves is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. That I wanted to address the issue. How do you know Snap ain't Christian? Plus Hargreaves isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay? I was about to slit my wrists again with the silver knife that Drago had given me in case anything happened to him. He told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. No! I thought it was Hargreaves, but it was Vampire. He started to scream, OMFG! No! My scar hurts! And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me! Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage! Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office, now recovering from my slit wrists. Snap and Lupin and Harvard were there too. They were going to St. Mingo's after they recovered, because they were pedophiles. And you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the video camera they took of me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hargreaves came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses. "Enemy, I need to tell you something," he said in a V-serious voice, giving me the roses. "Fuck off," I told him. "You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you," I snapped. Hargreaves had been mean to me for being gothic. "No, Enemy," Hargreaves says. "Those are not roses." "What, are they goths too, you poser prep?" I asked because I was angry that he had brought me pink roses. "I saved your life," he yelled angrily. "No, you didn't," I replied. "You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton pee video made from your shower scene and being wooed by Snap and Lupin." "Who masturbated? See, is that spelled wrong? To it," he added silently. "Whatever," I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses, though these aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, "Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say." That's not a spell, that's an MCR song," I corrected him wisely. "I know, I was just warming up my vocal cords." Then he screamed, "Patchoulus Marengo mi cremsili romaccio." For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute. Especially for Raven. I love you, girl. Amo noto okayo. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. "Okay, I believe you. Now what the fuck is Draco?" Sorry, that said WTF. Hargreaves rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. "You see, Anabi," Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. "To see what is in the flames. Haha, you reviewers flames, get it? You must find yourself first, Kay." "I have found myself, okay, you mean old man?" Hargreaves yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hargreaves stormed off back into his bed. "You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore." Dumbledore-y. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all rich on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so fuck off. And I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. "You look kawaii, girl," Bloody Mary said sadly. "Thanks, get it? You do too," I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slit both of my wrists, feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. "Hi," he said in a depressed way. "Hi back," I said in a Waqali sad way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then, we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. "Stop it now, you horny simpletons!" shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. "Vampire, you fucker!" I said, slapping him. "Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco," I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream, "OMG! No! My scar hurts!" And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. "No!" I ran up closer. "I thought you didn't have a scar anymore," I shouted. "I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation," he said back. "Anyway, my scar hurt, and then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage!" And you'll just have to wait till tomorrow for the next installment. Also, I'm very glad I got to read the horny simpletons line, and I guess I did laugh a little, so here's your little awkward dance, but I really feel that my acting out the story should have satisfied that requirement anyway. Alright, enjoy your rest of your Thanksgiving.